Woodward Sports Network, let's go!
And good morning to you. Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for waking up with us on a weird-ass morning in Detroit. Like, when I got up, it was sunny. There was an eclipse from, 5 a.m. to 6:30. I saw Kelly Rowe from XYZ posted on her Twitter. And, yeah, I was up. I didn't even see it, though. And then now it's just all foggy and weird outside, but it's Thursday. We're almost to the weekend. We're going camping this weekend. Got a lot of stuff planned. But first, let me introduce you to everybody that's on the show today. To my right, we call him Mr. Mini Camp.
What's going on, Kory?
And to my left, we call him Mr. Mini Shirt.
Why you do that? My shirt ain't tight. These buttons aren't about to pop off. I don't know what you're talking
Just
about.
don't flex, Joey. Just
I don't
don't
know
flex.
It's not even flexing up here. It's my gut. I didn't know you could flex a gut, but I'm flexing it right now. Look at that button right there.
I can see in your shirt from here. That's awesome.
Yep.
You shaved.
I'm
Good.
Joey.
I'm Joey.
Yeah, I shaved to get ready for a camping trip.
Oh, I appreciate that, my man.
I
Thank
hope
you.
you don't plan on having your shirt off.
Yeah, when we're cuddling all weekend. Oh, we didn't tell you about that?
Yeah, it's one bed, Kory. We didn't we
didn't tell you about that?
Hey, man, I sleep on the concrete.
We got a 10 by 10 tent that we're all sleeping in together.
Kory, there ain't going to be no concrete out there either.
We're going to talk about our camping trip coming up today. We're going to talk about the NCAA, possibly adding more teams to the college football. Gerrit Cole not being able to answer simple questions. Lions minicamp and so much more. We have Alex looking good in the producer land, making sure we look good. And, of course, we have Fish in the audio booth. How you doing this morning, Fish?
I'm doing good. The week has been very good. We had a game yesterday, a game right now. It just keeps getting better.
What game's on right now?
We got Port Adelaide and Geelong in Australian football. Thursday night football.
Nice. It's on right now. You're watching it?
It is on right now. We got tennis at 9 o'clock, women's semifinals. So that's good. I can just give you a lot of prep ideas. Wink, wink,
No,
wink.
it's fine, man.
Love it.
I love it. I love it, Fish. Well, let's get into some basketball. Last night, Suns and Nuggets, or the Suns played. The Nuggets did not show up in the slightest. I mean, are we really starting to see the Suns turn into one of the most dominant teams in basketball?
By the looks of it, yeah. It's kind of weird. I've been noticing this. It's seeming like there's been a lot of blowouts lately.
Yes.
A lot of
It's
blowouts.
it's just like, okay, before, some teams might win, 10, 15 points. These guys are getting blown out the water to start the game. Denver, Phoenix finished each quarter with the lead. Like, they led of course they won the game.
Right.
Fourth quarter, but they led the entire way. I don't know what to say. What's going on with the Nuggets? The Suns, they are looking really great. Got to give Chris Paul his credit. He has them operating like a well-oiled machine, and it's looking kind of dark right now for Denver.
Yeah, 17 points, 15 assists, and 5 rebounds last night for Chris Paul, which is absolutely insane. And on top of that, probably the most important stat, 0 turnovers.
And actually,
0 turnovers.
With that, he's the first player to have 15 assists in 3 playoff games straight without a single turnover.
That's insane to have the ball in your hands that much and not turn the ball over like that.
And honestly, you got to give credit to Monty Williams because he was the runner-up for Coach of the Year. And when you see what he's doing with this team, we're in the NBA where there's superstars, super teams, and there's really no fundamental basketball anymore. But you look at the way that obviously Chris Paul is who we credit with all of this for leading the team, but the way that they're doing it is just beautiful.
Well, when we were watching last night, you could see that Denver just couldn't find an offense. If it wasn't thrown into Jokic just in the paint, they didn't have an offense. There was no rhythm. There was no motion. And you got to credit the Suns' defense for that, too.
Yes.
So as much as they are a threat offensively with Booker and Paul, defensively, they're holding it down. We talked about Ayton, before the series, being an important player, and he's shown up.
He is definitely showing up. Last night, what did he have? Just pull it back up. 15 points, 10 rebounds, cleaning the glass. But a guy who I thought was going to show up, because I picked Denver to win last night. I said that.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah, I said that. I said that.
Son of a bitch.
I said that Jokic and Michael Porter Jr. were going to step up. Jokic, he got his 24, 13, and 6, but Michael Porter, he's weird. One game he'll go for 25, then the next game he'll do this. 11 points, but 3 for 13. It's just mind-boggling. So for them to even have a chance to get in this series, it can't just be the Joker. It can't just be the MVP. It has to be him and Michael Porter Jr. because Jamal was out.
That's what I was just gonna say. Without Jamal Murray, it's showing that the big man can't carry the load.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, even though he's the MVP and most talented passer ever, like some of his passes last night were absolutely insane. But at the same damn time, without a small to spread the court, there's nothing Jokic could do. Even if he is the MVP, he doesn't have enough talent around him right now.
Jamal Murray, he proved his worth. He's gonna get cashed out. So
Pay that.
pay that man. Like, hey, go ahead.
Yeah. Fish, turn me up, buddy. Turn me up, because we got to do the pay that man.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
That's right. Rounders knows what's up.
See, that's the hard part to it. I mean, you look at the Joker. Obviously, he's the MVP, and a lot of people are ripping on him right now. Like, look, he can't control the game, but there's only so much you could do as a big man. Like, yes, obviously, he could have been more aggressive. I totally agree with that. But when you say control the game better, it's so tough without having that right guard that can bring it up and really control the game in the basketball.
Oh, and when you're out there with a bunch of scrubs that can't even get into double digits, what is his name? Compazio?
Yeah.
Compazio, that dude put up 3 points last
can't
night.
shoot,
Austin
Theo.
Rivers had 6. They even played JaVale McGee, who had 3 points. Marcus Howard, 6 points. Like, these are just unimpressive stats.
You know who they could have used? Think about it. You know who they could have used? Jeremy Grant.
Ooh.
The guy that
They would be a different squad
That's-
right now if they
they-
still
they-
had Jeremy Grant.
The guy that Detroiters thought we overpaid. They could have definitely used a Jeremy Grant last night. So I do not know where they're going to get their scoring from right now. Austin Rivers is Austin Rivers. Aaron Gordon is Aaron Gordon. I'm just looking at this roster, and I don't know where the other points come from outside of Joker and Michael Porter Jr. I really don't. So the way it's looking right now, I think the Suns are going to go ahead and sweep them. I'm calling it right now.
You're calling it a sweep?
It's going to be a sweep. I just don't see where the other points come from outside of those two.
Okay.
That really is what it comes down to, scoring ability. How are they going to score more points to compete? Because the Suns ain't slowing down. You know they're going to be scoring.
Yeah, but there's that old saying, a playoff series doesn't start till the home team loses. And so, a lot of these series haven't even technically started yet.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, one thing that I love to see last night, and it's showing me that the world is getting back to normal. Did you see the fans going nuts inside the arena? They were doing the wave. The wave. I'm normally a guy that's like, fuck the wave. Fuck the dude who starts the wave.
I hate
like,
the wave.
sit down. I don't need this. But, man, seeing the wave last night, I was like, it feels good.
Don't get excited.
Look at, here it comes. Here it comes, guys. Here comes the wave. Woo!
Okay, are you going to be participating in the wave at the next Pistons playoff game?
Probably. And
They got they're going to suck you in.
like I said, you took it away from me. Like, I didn't realize what I had till it was gone. I miss seeing a bunch of people moving in unison and being a part of a big group.
I'd do anything to do the wave,
Right.
man. I'd do anything.
Now I'm going to be the guy. All right, you guys ready? All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, how are you going to hate on the wave like that?
Oh, I hate the guy that starts the wave.
No.
Because there's a game going on, and this asshole's turned around the whole time trying to scream at me to start the wave with him. It's like, bro, I'm here to watch a game.
Come on, that's the most fun thing.
But look, the wave guy is bad, but you know who's worse?
The guy that stops it.
No, beach ball guy.
I don't mind beach ball guy.
I hate beach ball guy.
Wait, where do you see beach ball guy at these games?
Yeah,
Like
well,
I said, they throw a ball, and
up
just
in
be-
it.
How the
You
heck
ever
they
seen
even allow that in the stadium?
Oh,
I mean, all you gotta do is just blow it up when you sit down.
Yeah. That's
Not
the
like
beach
metal
ball.
detectors can pick that
Hey,
up.
right.
No, but honestly, like I used to have a saying, like I hate the wave, but I hate the guy who starts it even more.
No, I hate the guy who stops it way more.
Oh God, have you ever been around a guy trying to start the wave?
No, I actually have
like the
never.
drunk guy in the 7th inning trying to get his whole section up and ready to go.
Wild and belligerent.
Oh my God, and that's what I was saying. Like he's like, "Come on, guys, all right," and then it doesn't work. All right, we'll do it again. And then once it starts, he acts like he just saved children from dying or something. Like, we did it. We started the wave.
I mean, I feel Harrison when he says that it inconveniences him when he's trying to eat. Okay. But if you saw that woman yesterday holding her freaking baby and making that catch, I don't want you to tell me anything about how there's anything inconveniencing you. You could have the nachos in one hand and the other hand like this. That's it.
So, yeah, it was good to see the wave going on last night, and I am not a fan of the wave. That's how deprived I am from seeing people. Like, this, it's like, oh, man, I literally forgot about it.
Hey, come on, hit a wave real quick on the show.
Corey,
Come on, Corey.
Corey
got started.
No, Fish, you got to start it. Fish is the starter, and it's going to go from Corey to me to Joey.
I hate the wave, too.
Yeah! We'll start this one, Fish.
Why?
Because we're trying to have some fun on the show.
Wait. That's my wave.
No, you got to be like, come on, Corey. You ready to do it?
I won't do the wave, but I will trash talk people.
Okay. Start the wave, Fish.
Wait. That's my wave. I'm not a fan of the wave.
I'll kick it off.
All right.
Wait.
Somebody's got to be the bad guy.
Wait,
Three, get ready?
Yeah!
Do it again. We can do it better this time.
Yeah, and Ben, switch the cameras all the way around.
Why didn't you do it, you a-hole? Next time you see all of us doing it.
There's the one guy that just sits there all the time. What did you just do, Fish?
That's what people do in England when they miss a shot.
What do they do?
Wait.
That look like something else, but you know.
No, that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be.
It's the wankers.
Yeah.
The wank yourself.
That's the best part in soccer is because they have the teams, the crowd separated from away fans, home fans. Because if you try to, conjoin them like they do in America, you're gonna get your ass beat. So if you sit by the away, it's like me to these guys.
It's like Fortson versus Crestwood game right there.
You guys are the away fans. I hate you. I'm going to do anything I can to piss you off.
Well, I appreciate you, Fish. Just want to let you know that.
Well, you get the point. It's not real fun.
No, so the wave was back last night, and they're having a lot of fun in Phoenix right now. As you know, that's where my family lives.
Isn't the wave at every game?
What?
The wave's at every game, isn't it?
No. Thank God, no.
Oh, I feel like it's at every game.
I like when the one time I did love the wave, and I forget if it was like Stanford or Princeton, but one of those Ivy League schools, they had the bottom row waving this way and the top one going that way. Yeah, it was like, okay, that's impressive.
That's confusing too.
That's impressive, but and if you want to know the history of the wave, Ben, who does Origins, our podcast that's kind of like educational and dives deep into all these subjects, he walks you through how the wave started and the guy that was like running up and down getting people to do it. So it's actually pretty interesting, but at the end of the day, I hate the wave, but I'm glad it's back.
I got a question. Are you a little bit jealous that your family is out in Arizona and they're experiencing all of this amazing sports?
Do they care about the Suns like that?
Yes, they do.
Oh, man, what?
My mom's trolling fucking Kory.
Man, Stick's mom trolled me something crucial. I was like, you know what? More power to you.
Honestly, Kory, I was happy I still saw those comments. So I'm like, Kory about to block my mom. Kory about to end this. Because it was during the Lakers series. Kory was saying something. She's like, no, Suns. LeBron sucks.
That's the one thing I hate about people. If you dish it, you gotta be able to take it.
Yeah,
so
you do.
I'll take it. And also, too, it was punk-ass LeBron messing up my Lakers, so whatever. But I will say this to my frat brother, Rajane Clayton, and his wife, Danielle. I hate that y'all left Detroit and out there enjoying all that good stuff. In his words, he said, new license and new sports.
Yeah.
So he's happy.
See, I like that they're experiencing that it's got to be fun for them, but I just know if I was down there, I'd be like, oh, this is fun, but
I'm still a traitor at heart.
Yeah, I'm just as big of a fan of the Suns I am now as I would be if I lived in Phoenix, because I'm Detroit.
But the Pistons tank the season. They get the worst team. They're out of the playoffs. Then you got someone to root on.
Yeah, I mean, I'd pick up a secondary team, but I'd never be like I don't think I'd ever be rocking a Suns jersey.
Yeah.
But I am happy that my mom and my sister and my niece and nephew get to experience this, because part of growing up in Detroit and experience those championship runs, like, it was great when your whole school comes in. Everybody's wearing the colors, and you go to the parade downtown. All those things are such great memories, not only for adults but for kids. So I'm happy they get to experience some success like that, because if they were here right now, I'd be like, I swear they were good once upon a time.
Just wait.
Now, what if now? Now, what if they get to experience an NBA championship this year?
I'll be happy for them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not hating on the Suns at all.
You gonna fly out there for the parade?
Maybe we do some Woodward Sports Suns updates while we're out there. Or I'll just send my nephew and use him as the correspondent. He can do check-ins from it.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
So yeah, but no, I'm happy that they get some fun basketball to watch. And as you can tell, my mom is a sports fan.
That's good.
She's a sports fan, and she's always, she loves it. And so I love that because she texted me last night during the game. So it's awesome to have that relationship with her.
She talked shit with you a little bit about some sports?
A little bit. But really, when the Suns are playing, she was like, she just texted me, they look really good tonight. They're so fun to watch and all this stuff. She's like, Jay Crowder reminds me of Ben Wallace. And
that's one thing. Watching Suns basketball, it is just fun basketball.
Yeah.
Fun basketball.
Yep. Well, we got 2 games on the docket tonight, the Nets and the Bucks and the Clippers and the Jazz. Let's just get some quick predictions from you guys on these games. Joey, we'll start with you. Nets or Bucks?
I'm going to go with Nets.
You're going to go with Nets?
Oh, man, for sure Nets on that.
Okay, so they're going to go up 3-0 in the series?
Yeah, I'm going 4-0 after this, too.
So a sweep out of you in this one and a sweep for the Suns for Kory, all right?
I mean, let's be real. The Brooklyn Nets Invitational is over. Let's just go to the next round. But Clippers and Jazz...
That's a tough call, isn't it? I thought for sure the Clippers were gonna win that first game.
That was down to the wire, man.
The thing is, the Clippers should win this game. Okay, I'm gonna pick the Clippers to win this game. I just won't be shocked if the Jazz do. Because here's the thing: the Jazz were, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the Jazz were the NBA's best 3-point shooting team. I do not think the Jazz are gonna shoot as poorly to start the game as they did last game. So I mean, the Clippers should win, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Jazz do.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you my picks during the bet segment coming up at 8:50.
Making us wait, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna make you wait
making
for
us
it.
wait.
But yeah, both these games I'm interested in watching tonight. Plus, the Space Dogs play tonight at 6:30 in West Bloomfield, and you know who's subbing in for Adam this week?
Who?
Joik Bell.
Come on.
Joik said he's going to sub in on my softball
Does he
team.
know how to even hit a ball like that?
Did he play on baseball?
So here's the thing. I text Joik. I'm like, dude, what position do you play? He's like, third base. I was like, they hit hard here. Are you going to be okay playing? He's like, he gave me that death stare. And he's like, baseball was his first love. That's what he said. He played 4 years of varsity in high school. He was very good.
That was probably back in his skinny days. There ain't no way Big Joik Bell's going to be out there.
He said baseball is his first love. So, I mean, it was an interesting fact I learned about Joik Bell yesterday. And I wonder how many athletes are like that. Because, Allen Iverson, his first love was football.
Yeah.
But he ended up being one of the best basketball players of all time. Like, how many love other sports, but it's like, all right, I got to get in where I fit in.
I mean... Didn't Charlie Ward freaking win the Heisman? And then he went to play basketball.
He played for the Knicks. Yeah, Charlie Ward was the man back in the day. In NCAA football, when you got to play with Charlie Ward, whoo! It was like playing with Bo Jackson in Tecmo Bowl. So, yeah, we got 2 games coming up tonight, plus the Space Dog game, which we'll keep you updated on. Joik Bell going to be filling in for Adam at third base. And, Kory, you went to camp yesterday, and we got to talk more about it because yesterday we posted up a little video on YouTube of you covering camp, and it just went wild. People really love your takes. So we want more of your takes coming up next right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand.
Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech. The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
Hire a graduate of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, live streaming daily on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and of course, our app, which is available for download for you right now in the Google Play or Apple Store. You just search Woodward Sports there, or WSN Live is the name of the app, and then you could take us with you anywhere that you go, like Kory could take us to minicamp, because that's where Kory's been the last couple days. How was yesterday compared to the days before?
First off, yesterday was hot as hell. Like, super hot. Like, as I wrote it, just posted a story this morning on woodwardsports.com, I was looking for the Honolulu Blue Kool-Aid because I was parched. But one thing that I noticed yesterday from just watching it was Gerrit Goff was a guy that I was just really looking at from the 7-on-7 drills when they're going from the midfield and the goal line. Started out, I ain't gonna front. First off, I want to set the stage. They are not hitting. They're just going through just going through the motions, basically, running through their drills. So it's no pressure right now. With that being said, he looked kind of shaky to start the day. A little bit inaccurate, but I'm kind of attribute that to mainly chemistry issues. They're all these guys most of these guys have never played together. So they're trying to get their chemistry together and, see everybody likes, where their best spots. But one thing I did notice over the past couple of days is the chemistry between him and Tyrell Williams and TJ Hawkinson is starting to pick up, especially him and Hawkinson. It's kind of like they have some kind of thing going on, and he's been delivering some.
Oh, look at that man right there.
Man. Oh, he's a
with the flow too. Look at that.
He's a big dude.
Yeah.
That's a big dude. But Goff, he was just slinging it. He threw the pass he threw to DeAndre Swift yesterday. I wish I could have recorded it, but I couldn't. They got a blackout period. He put that ball in the corner of the end zone where only DeAndre Swift could get it, and it was like a sweet one-hand grab with Tavai just draped all over him. He threw through some tight windows yesterday. One pass to Williams where I gotta say Tracy Walker ain't like that touchdown. and him and Goff kind of played around a little bit in the end zone because he went and tackled Williams playfully. It was a little lighthearted moment, but Goff went through as the day went on. Goff went through his progressions. You start to see him getting more comfortable with where his receivers were, and I like what I seen out of him. Again, no pads, no pressure, nobody breathing down his neck, but Goff looks good, man. I can't lie. Hopefully that translates over to the field, onto the field product. But I just hope that fans are patient with him this season because, again, these guys haven't played together. This is like basically a whole new team, whole new regime. So just give it time, but fans should have faith in Goff.
Yeah, what you said about Hawkinson and Goff having a good connection. Hawkinson was actually getting interviewed, I believe it was 2 days ago, and here's what he had to say about Gerrit Goff. Jared's my dog. He's a great dude. I threw with him a couple times in the offseason out in L.A., and that guy just has a different mentality. I've been excited to have him, to see his throws that he made on 7-on-7, to see what kind of person he is, how he sees the game. There's nothing like it. I'm really excited to have him as my quarterback.
That's great.
That's a great quote. And, I don't always want to bring up Stafford in these conversations, but whenever you have somebody like that isn't like falling back on the past and looking to the future and being positive about that, I love that Hawkinson's all on board with Goff. I mean, he doesn't really have a choice, I guess.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he doesn't have to give him glowing compliments either.
Well, first off, I want to say this. I'm not right on the field, of course, so I can't really, look into somebody's eyes. But I can I feel like I can read body language. And Goff looks like he's all business. A lot of the guys there, everybody is there practicing hard. And, some of them are a little bit, looser, on the sidelines and as they go through the drills. But Goff looks like he's all business. Just from the way he walks, when you see him communicating with his coaches, he just looks like he's just there to that massive chip on the shoulder that we said that he might have. It looks apparent just by the way his body language is as he walks around the camp.
I love that. I love to see it. And here he is working with Mark Brunell a little bit, getting that footwork action going. Another guy that I've heard has been doing really well in camp, and I know you mentioned Williams and you mentioned Hawkinson, but I've heard a lot of praise from Dan Campbell for Quintez Cephas.
Cephas looks good too. I've seen that he's been making some great grabs, but I can front him. I'm liking Tyrell Williams a lot.
Are you?
I'm liking Tyrell Williams. Hopefully he can stay healthy, but that's a guy that I'm like, okay, I was wondering where they were going with that, but quick, great hands. I like his route running.
I mean,
they may. I'm not gonna sit up here and say they're gonna be no playoff team. I'm not gonna go that deep off the end. It's just that I think that they're going to be better than what the pessimists think.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Tyrell Williams. He had a couple good years with the Chargers. Last year with the Raiders wasn't really spectacular, but the guy can ball. He's 6'4", he's got great speed on him. So, listen, if we put him in the position to win, and somebody's got to catch the ball, it's not like we're going to put up 0 passing yards this year. Yep. We're going to be about a 4,000-yard passing team, so he's going to get a bunch of those yards.
One guy, too, that stuck out to me, and I don't know where he came from, Jason Kabinda. He was a linebacker in college. Played at Penn State.
Who's that, the fullback?
Yeah, the fullback. But he was a linebacker at Penn State, third team All Big Ten in 2016, went undrafted. Now he's the fullback of the Lions. You see this guy up close. This guy is impressive. He's an athlete, and I think that's why he was able to go from linebacker to fullback. He's an athlete, very quick. He caught a couple of good passes. I like his hands, so I'm curious to see how they're going to use him in the offense, and then whether he makes it. I don't know if he's going to sign on what kind of deal he signed on. I'm trying to figure that out, but if he makes the team, they have an athlete out of him.
And I'm an old school guy, so if we got a fullback on the roster, yeah I'm full.
Kory Schlesinger, baby.
Oh, man. I love fullbacks. Like, that's when you're playing a complete game. We grew up here in Michigan with Michigan football, the ground and pound, 3 yards and a cloud of dust. And I know the game's evolved past that, but when you need to punch somebody in the mouth and you got a fullback like that, like Juszczyk, You use them and you punch them in the mouth.
This dude looks like he could punch somebody in the mouth and then some. He looks like a mean guy. Like he's 6'1", but he's a brick. It's like I can't describe it. I believe I was talking with one of the writers yesterday, and we were just like, this dude looks like a freak, and he's like, yeah.
So you were able to catch up with Dan Campbell yesterday as well?
Yes, I asked him about I believe I asked him about Deuce Staley.
Okay.
And what Deuce Staley brings to the team as far as a head coach, and you just the word juice is being thrown around a lot between Deuce Staley, Dan Campbell, and Jamal Williams. I guess that's the new word of the Lions minicamp, juice. And he was just, I don't know if we have that clip ready, but he was just talking about what Deuce Staley brings and the intensity.
Yeah, what do you mean juice in what context? Like
as far as
like the movie? Like you got the juice now?
No, not that juice, but as far as just leadership, being vocal with the players, being very demanding in what he's expecting, and just talked about how much of an asset he is.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. And Alex, I just sent you the clip if you wanna download that and play it. But yeah, I like that term juice. I like the energy, and I love the fact that we were able to interview Jamal Williams, and you said during the interview, fun guy, really entertaining, but between the white lines, all business.
Oh yeah, and yesterday, no different. He looks like a guy. He's a guy that picks his spot when he plays around, because yesterday he was a little bit more playful, but it was just more so like when teammates did good on the drills, or like during the 7-on-7 somebody made a great catch, he was just hyping them up. But when he's running his drills, when he's doing his bag drills, it ain't no laughing, it ain't no joking. He's all business.
Yeah. Well, Kory was able to catch up with Dan Campbell, and here's what that conversation went like.
Hey Dan, how's it going this morning?
Real good.
Hey, Kory, Woodward Sports. So yesterday I observed Deuce Staley out there being really vocal, especially the running backs, just really on him and demanding. I know it's really early on right now, but can you just talk about how instrumental Deuce has been to what you guys are trying to implement?
Yeah, I mean, Deuce there's a reason why I wanted him here, and it's look, there's a lot to it, and it's like I said before. He's high energy. He's done it. He's got he's an excellent fundamental coach when you're talking about technique and all those things. But he does a great job in the perspective of the running back when it comes to your reads. Carrying the football as it pertains to protection. Man, he's outstanding with those things. Working with the offensive line, telling those backs, man, these are the calls. This is where it's going. Understand you got to start here. You're working left to right, right to left, knowing where the mic point is, blah, blah, blah. And so and then on top of that, man, he brings juice to the practice. I mean, we talked about energy, but he really gets it going. And, if you don't bring some type of energy as coaches and players, really, you hope that they begin to feed themselves, but if not, it's our job as coaches to feed the wolf. And or I guess I should say feed the lion, if you will. then you're just going to have another day. You'll just be out there going through the motions. So there's always got to be some type of competitive spirit, energy that's been injected into the practice from somebody. And Deuce does an outstanding job of that because the defense hates him. So that's already a step in the right direction.
I love that. The defense hates him, so it's a step in the right direction. That's what you want. You want competitiveness within the squad, and then once you get on the field, you're all one team and beat the hell out of whoever's in front of you.
And one thing about Deuce talks a lot.
Does he?
He
like smack?
Smack, and he's loud, and he talks a lot of shit.
I mean, he's one of the most competitive players from his past as a running back when he was playing. So that's the thing is if you could have that mentality and lead this team in the right direction and make them leaders amongst men like that, that's going to be the difference factor that we can have in this team.
Well, Kory, you're going back out today, right?
Going right back out today. I don't know if I said this yesterday, and if I did, excuse me. Just so much going on, but day by day, I'm learning different things about how this season, not how this off season, I should say, is different from last season. And the vibe I'm getting from different players, different media people, even former players, everybody is happy to be there. It's a different vibe at the practice facility. Everybody's all smiles, even when they're getting grilled hard. Everybody's all smiles. So, and like I said, I was talking to one former Lions player yesterday who was in attendance, and I was just asking him, to break down some of the stuff that I was looking at as far as one of the drills with the linemen, and he said that he was just happy to see what was going on. And I'm like, ask him, elaborate a little bit more, and he said from what he's seeing right now, as far as how their technique is, as far as shedding blocks and whatnot, he didn't see that last season. He said last season he understands that under Matt Patricia and era that they were doing different practices, as far as scheme and whatnot. But right now, what he's looking at is they're being more fundamentally sound. And he said it's kind of crazy that you're saying that professional athletes have to be retaught this, but they're kind of like relearning technique. And he was loving what he was seeing. And I'm like, I just put my head in I was just like, he said, I know it's crazy to hear, but they're, at least from a practice standpoint, they look better than last year.
No, listen, the devil's in the details always. Like, if you're not getting your angles right on your blocks and you're not getting your leverage right, it doesn't matter how strong you are. The guy with the better leverage is going to win. So, I don't want to throw it back to Rod Marinelli, but that was Rod Marinelli. A sharp shovel and a hard will and, technique, pad level and all that stuff. It's very important. It can't be everything, but it's definitely, if we don't have the basics, we're not going to win at all. So,
and the thing is, it makes me wonder how the hell did Patricia get the job if the current players, former players, and former Lions greats are all saying that these guys are learning totally different than they ever have before.
He got the job. It was buddy ball, man.
I know, but it's just
Adam didn't believe me when I said it was buddy ball, but no, like Quinn and Patricia sat in the back of those film rooms when they were both on the Patriots. This isn't me making this up. It's well known that they had an agreement. Whoever, when you were a GM, I'll be your head coach, and that's what happened. That's why they threw out the best head coach the Lions have ever had and brought in Matt Patricia, because buddy ball, and buddy ball never works. This is business, baby. You bring in the best. Doesn't matter if they're your friend or not. Luckily, Joey, you're my friend and you're the best, so that's why we started this.
That's buddy ball.
Buddy ball. What's up, Fish?
Kory, did you see any of the great, awesome Lions hats yesterday?
Oh, Jesus. All right, let's move on.
Wait. I want to answer that. That hat was nowhere in sight.
Damn it.
Hey, you want to laugh? I went online and I looked afterwards. It's starting to say sold out on some of them.
They took them down.
They had to have taken them down.
Yeah.
I hope they took
them down. Those will be collector's items. Those will be collector's items soon enough. You know what else is collector's item? This bottle, because it's beautiful and it holds an amazing substance. This is 8 Mile. It's made in Detroit. Says so right here on the bottle. And it's bottled here in Detroit, too. So you're supporting a great local city and a great local company. And make sure you pick this up this weekend. Going to be a nice weekend. We're taking a couple bottles up for our camping trip in Petoskey. So go to Meijer today, pick up some 8 Mile, and ask for it when you're out at the bar.
morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go.
So initially, I'm going to be honest, I didn't even care about this because I was like, I don't even really want Todd Gurley like that. But have you guys seen Todd Gurley possibly just moving on from the Lions?
I mean, he's going to go somewhere.
Ian Rappaport posting on Twitter that he is visiting with the Ravens today. So he is making his rounds.
They do need running back help.
Yes, they do.
I think he's going to be a Lion. I think he's just doing his due diligence to go visit other places. But it makes sense for him to be here because the GM that drafted him is here. His former quarterback is here. It makes sense for him to be here. But if you want to go ahead and go to Baltimore, can't get mad at that. You want to go play with a former MVP, but come on to Detroit.
What the hell is Ian Rappaport talking about? A stacked backfield. They got J.K. Dobbins, and that's it. Like, Gus Edwards hasn't been any. Like, what the hell is he talking about, stacked backfield? They need a good 2 running back. Nobody's proven themselves in that system, and J.K.'s obviously in his second year, so we kind of know what we're going to get out of him, but you don't know completely what you're going to get out of him.
If anything, Detroit, we could say, argue, will be a more stacked backfield than the Ravens.
If that's the case, I mean, if that's our new standard, hell, we got a stacked backfield too. Like, what is Rappaport talking about?
I mean, we would kind of have a low-key stacked running back.
We would. The Ravens, though?
Yeah, the Ravens.
Yeah.
Like, Gus Edwards is not good. I'm sorry.
LeBron James. Come on, you're supposed to say also not good.
Oh, yeah. Also,
I laid that up.
LeBron is good. He's just a bitch.
So he is switching his jersey number to number 6.
For how many finals he's lost in.
Yes.
It's a beautiful tribute.
Is it 6?
Yeah, he's 4-6 in the finals.
Oh, man.
I mean, this was
should have picked 4.
This was to be expected. He wears number 6 in practice.
Really?
Yeah, he wears number 6 in practice. He was trying to switch to number 6 last season because he wanted to give AD his number, but the NBA wouldn't allow. But he's going to go ahead and go through it, and I get it. It's the best. Honestly, if we're going to be totally honest about it, he played his best basketball in number 6. So whether people want to, it's just the jersey change.
He's saying that he donned that number in his movie Space Jam: A New Legacy. That's where it's coming from.
Is everything going to be a Space Jam promotion? Dude gets bounced from the playoffs and starts plugging Space Jam. Like, this is why he's a bitch. This is why he's a bitch.
Because he's out there making money.
Hey.
No, he can make his money, but come on. Now you're going to change your number for publicity's sake? Like, geez, come on. I hope this movie flops.
Hey, I gotta admit though, I might not go see the movie. I'm grabbing them Space Jam LeBrons.
Yeah, the shoes are dope, but come on, man. Like, have a real reason, a meaningful reason, something besides, well, I made a movie, and that's the number I wore in the movie. Like,
I think he just switching it back to because that's his practice number, and that's the number he played best.
And that's
in.
even weird. I
What was the
practice with
reason
number
Kobe
6,
switched
but
his
I
number?
play in 23.
Well, Kobe switches. Kobe had a first. It's 2 reasons for one.
Yeah.
One, I personally think is because 1 over Jordan. But he said that, but Kobe said this, the number is the number in the shot clock, and it's the, half the minutes in the game. So the whole dominate at every possession.
And let's also remember that was the time when Kobe kind of had to do a rebrand.
Yeah, true.
Like, to me, that's why I think more switched his number. It was a reinvention of Kobe Bryant after
the whole Colorado.
Yeah, the putting in her butt thing.
So the man who has the last ever worn LeBron James number 23 jersey is Devin Booker. And Devin Booker, yesterday, the Phoenix Suns now ahead 2-0 and beat the Nuggets by 25 last night. Great team effort with Booker dropping 18 points, 10 rebounds. Chris Paul, 17 points, 15 assists. And this series right here, I thought it was going to be a little bit different after seeing Denver in the last round, but now I'm starting to think, I don't know how this is going to finish. What do you guys think?
Suns are going to win. Like,
sweep?
I don't know about sweep because, like I said earlier, a playoff series doesn't start till the home team loses, but I was expecting a much better performance out of the Nuggets last night. I mean, Jokic just got the MVP. They're down 1-0. This is almost a must-win game, and they came out about as flat as you can come out. And I want to credit the Suns for that, but also got to look at the Nuggets and be like, you're not taking advantage of the moment.
Now, I watched the game, but I missed like the actual like, you know, if there was like the pregame start to it. Did they give? I don't think they gave Joker the MVP, right? Like the award.
I don't think they do that.
So they're probably
They'll
going to
do
do
it
it
tomorrow.
They're going to do it. So if they're going to do it in Denver, then he's going to lose. They're going to lose because normally just about every time when they used to do it before giving the MVP to the guy before the game starts, that team would lose that game.
So then they're going to be 0-3. Then it's about to be 0-4 real quick. This is over. Either way, over. One thing that I did love, though, was the Joker, his presentation of finding out that he was MVP. Look at this. The Utah Jazz surprising Rudy Gobert in the locker room with his 3rd Defensive Player of the Year award. I love this video.
He doesn't know it yet, but Rudy just won his 3rd Defensive Player of the Year trophy. He's had an amazing year this year. He deserves it. We're going to surprise him in the locker room. He doesn't know about it yet, so look at this. Get the wires.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
Just walk in and you see it right there like, oh.
You love that brotherly love in the locker room, too, like that.
DJ Khaled was in the corner, by the way, saying, another one! Another one!
Yeah, honestly, I'm shocked that Gobert's won all of these. I don't look at him as a Ben Wallace. I don't look at him as Dikembe Mutombo. All the guys he's getting into that range of multiple MVPs. I don't look at him like that, but he's that.
I believe he's the 4th player in NBA history to win the Defensive Player of the Year award at least 3 times.
Yep.
See, the reason why you don't see that is because Ben Wallace was more of a grimy, scrappy type player, whereas they don't have that much like that in the NBA anymore.
Yeah, Gobert just covers a lot of space. I mean, you saw it with the block shot at the end of the game against the Clippers. Like, he definitely covers space, and that was a great defensive play. So, yeah, good job. Good job, Rudy Gobert. Just don't be touching mics when you got COVID.
Was he the first ever athlete that got it?
Not first ever athlete.
He's the one that sent everything into a effing frenzy.
Yeah.
You think he's the reason we're on lockdown?
No, but he's the reason the NBA went into lockdown immediately because he was doing a press conference.
I remember that.
And he just touched the mic like this when he walked away from it.
Yeah. Trying to be a
joking.
Dick. Right.
And
Not
then it
thinking
turns out he
had
tested positive. But, yeah, we're past that now.
Yeah.
He could have had better defense against COVID, though. No? Anybody?
The Jazz and Gobert up 1-0 against the Clippers. Game 2 tonight at 10 p.m. And the Tigers. Did you see this?
I did when you sent it in the text.
Like this right here. Just getting robbed of a home run in the bottom of the 9th to send it into extra innings. Of course, we end up losing.
Drives one to left. That is deep. That is caught. Oh, no! What a grab by Jake Bailey.
No.
And then that.
That's the part that pisses me off. What is Haas doing rounding second
gone.
with 1 out? I don't care. If you think it's
can't.
gone.
It don't matter.
If you think it's gone.
You don't have to go anywhere.
You don't have to go anywhere, right. So, like, what was the benefit of trying to get out ahead of that run? Like, if you think it's gone, that's fine, but they teach this in Little League. Fly ball to the outfield, 1 out, go halfway. Like, that's it.
Dude went, like, freaking far as hell, probably.
Oh, you saw when the ball was getting tossed back on the infield.
He was
rounding back across second. So, to me, like, great catch, amazing catch, piss poor base running, and Haas has had such a good start to what he's been doing with the Tigers.
Yeah.
What's up, Fish?
All right, everyone was saying yesterday that we're gonna get a lot more fans at yesterday's game than we did on Wednesday or on Tuesday because it was raining on Tuesday. We only got like 70 more people.
Yeah, and nobody was saying that. We know it's going to take time. I mean, obviously, we need a good baseball team before we're really hitting that 41,000 capacity up at Comerica Park.
Yeah, before it turns into an absolute
But
party
the
down
point
there.
being, no, we could have. Governor Whitmer could have said, "Oh, 10,000 fans are allowed."
Yeah,
to make us look
full
good?
time because
right.
We only get 9,000 last night again.
Yeah, listen, it's See,
Whitmer knew what she was doing.
Explain.
Whitmer wanted to be a hero by saying, go ahead, back to full capacity, because she knew that it still wasn't going to be at full capacity. She played it smart.
Nah, I'm sure it'll get up there at some point. But
So, do you guys have predictions for the weekend?
As far as capacity-wise?
Yep. Yeah, attendance.
They'll push 15,000 one of the games.
God, 15,000.
Like a Friday night game or something like that.
If they're doing the fireworks and all that stuff.
The stadium holds 41,000.
I know.
We're excited about 15,000.
Hey, it's improvement. Improvements, Fish. So
they play 81 home games, Fish. It's tough.
Yeah.
That wasn't.
But, they're not good. So, makes sense.
Fair enough.
So that wasn't even the best catch of the day. We go out to this fan at the Padres game, catching the ball one-handed while holding the baby in her other hand.
Oh, you stop it.
Okay, I take back everything I said earlier about the guy with the glove trying to celebrate to the fans.
Holy cow.
The fact that this did all of this bounces down.
Stop it.
It's like, imagine being that baby growing up 10 years from now, having that video.
It's just so funny to me when the instincts come in when a ball's coming at you. It doesn't matter if you got a baby in your hand, a beer in your hand, popcorn or whatever. You're going to try to catch the ball.
And she, mossed them, too. Right. She, went back on them with the baby.
Yeah, don't worry about dropping that, baby. You got a foul ball to catch, lady.
And then a big Michigan story to end this. So, you guys been keeping up with the whole Bo Schembechler news and all that?
Yeah, I figured we could touch on that tomorrow.
Yeah, so today
no pun intended.
The adopted son of U of M legendary football coach Bo Schembechler is coming forward today to speak about how he told his dad about the abuse of this Dr. Robert Anderson, and he didn't do anything protecting him from even getting that guy fired. So we're going to hear him come out and what he's got to say about this.
Yeah, and I heard a report where he said when he told Bo punched him in his chest or something like that. And then obviously the pushback for what Jim Harbaugh said about Bo earlier in the week. I figured we'd get into that topic tomorrow after he speaks, because right now it's just, all right, this is what's said, and we don't know a ton about it. So I wanted to actually get some quotes from this guy. But like Harbaugh earlier in the week, he was just saying, that's not the Bo I know. The Bo I know takes care of business. If there was a problem, he would have solved it by sundown. And a lot of people are taking that as insensitive to the victims, and, Harbaugh didn't say the right things. He stepped out of line. And to me, I have a rough time judging it, because I'm not saying you would ever do this, but let's say 20 years from now, it comes out that you were doing weird shit.
Right.
The only Joey I've ever known is an upstanding gentleman, somebody that's respectable, somebody that doesn't have these issues, somebody that would solve these problems if somebody brought them to him. I don't know what goes on behind closed doors, so that's just my interpretation of you, just like that's Harbaugh's interpretation of Bo. I'm sure if he knew, they wouldn't have the same context behind it, but him saying, that's not the guy I know, isn't saying that's impossible that it happened.
It's just your personal take, because that's how you know me as. But the thing that it's tough, because obviously, even Harbaugh coming out, obviously he's sympathizing with the victims if all of that ends up being true. But the thing that I struggle with is that Bo passed away how many years ago?
Right.
And this is all coming out now, and I get it that it was probably all brushed under the rug for all these years, but I just hate that because of his legacy from when he died till now. It's just crazy.
And I've also heard that this could potentially be a money grab from his son, because there was another lawsuit where he was supposed to be able to sell memorabilia from Michigan, and they wouldn't let him. So it's just, see, there you go. Russell Lee knows what's up.
Yeah,
Russell Lee looks legit too in that picture.
Yeah, he looks like a lawyer. Official. I'm gonna take his word.
I'm taking his word too.
Glenn Schembechler, his only Bo's only biological son, said this. He told ESPN a while ago, "I can tell you unequivocally, no one ever told Bo. Bo would have done something. Bo would have fired him." But Matt came back, with this quote in the story that kind of came out yesterday. He was a great coach and made a lot of people happy. He made a ton of money for the University of Michigan, filling that stadium up. He provided for most of the kids that played for him a great experience. Maybe it was the greatest experience of their life. I think he was a horrible human being. So I'm curious to see what these quotes are that come out about him. But, I mean, here's the thing. If he provides some damning evidence, you got to go against him the same way everybody went against Michigan State with Larry Nassar. I mean, it's...
But the thing is, Nassar's alive. Right. That's what are you going at this guy for? To take his name off a building? Okay, we can do that anyways. But that's what's weird. And to Joey's point, just coming at a dude that's already dead is just strange.
Especially, I mean, listen, taking an adopted son's word and then you hear all these lawsuits coming out. It's like, to me, it's just so fishy, but so just a sketchy situation. But I mean, listen, if this is all true and it all comes out to be factual, then everything we all thought about Bo Schembechler is going to be ruined.
Yep.
Thing about it is, I don't know if with his son, you never know what the angle could be with his son, but it's a lot of different people besides his son coming out about that. So I don't think all of them are lying.
It has the feel of like when we first started talking about Deshaun Watson. Like it was like, all right, there's something doesn't smell right here, and then all of a sudden, holy shit, 20 people are backing up this story. So maybe there's more legitimacy to it. But once again, like, how do you prove something that happened 50 years ago? And okay, now we all hate Bo. Okay, now what? Like, I get it. Probably victims want their comeuppance, I guess. They want their retribution for what they had to go through. But I just don't.
More so
it's tough.
like you said with Larry Nassar, or even like Larry Nassar. Okay, he's alive, so go ahead and get
his ass.
Get him.
Yeah, get his
get
ass.
Justice against him. Get justice for the victims. What are we going to? What
Sandusky?
Justice? Get him.
I mean, think about how many lives these situations have ruined. So it's like we're not making this less important than it needs to be. Obviously, it's
just don't know enough.
15 years after the man's dead, this pops off.
Well, we'll hopefully, we'll get some more facts today after that press conference, and it'll shed some light and some more details because, that's just really it. Just hope we get some more details.
Yeah.
I always end it with the most messed up story and then throw it to Bridge Street Exchange every single time. But hey, Bridge Street Exchange, that's the place you got to go because, listen, I got to go there because, look, my button is like freaking popping off on my shirt right now. This shirt is way too small. I got to get a little COVID upsize and go see my boy up there, Kevin, Bridge Street Exchange. They got that new location that I was talking about at Somerset Collection. So if you're at the mall, my fiance was actually there yesterday, popped in, got some things. Go support them. Say what up to Kevin. And the original location, of course, downtown Fenton, bridgestreetexchange.com.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network. And the thing I love about us being live and taking comments in the chat and all that, there's a dude in the chat right now, Card Shark Chris, who's now accusing us of being a part of the blue wall of Michigan because we're not being committal on something we don't have facts on. These are the idiots we got to deal with sometimes, man.
What was his name again?
Card Shark Chris.
Can't even have his damn name in there. That's when you know you just
listen. I don't know how you get that from what we said.
No, I don't know. First of all, I wasn't smart enough to go to Michigan. I'm not a Walmart Wolverine. I have no affiliation towards Michigan. I'm just the kind of person that likes to know the facts before I jump down people's throat and throw their legacy away.
Because now we didn't even jump on Deshaun Watson until we got all the facts.
No, and we still haven't, honestly, because his lawyer keeps saying they're coming forward with facts, and there's been none.
And these are people that can defend themselves. They're alive.
Yeah, and if this is hearsay, it's hearsay. Like, I don't expect to be the judge, jury, and executioner before I hear everything I need to know. So this is the problem with society nowadays, jumping to conclusions before you have all the facts. Like, calm down, take a step back, and then if you're right, you're right. And if you're wrong, you're wrong. But there's no sense of diving in and making assumptions before you've actually seen things. And Card Shark Chris, I would love for you to present some evidence to convince me to come over to your side, because right now I'm on the fence. That doesn't mean I'm a part of any blue wall. I don't care about Michigan in that capacity. I just want to see the truth come out, and I don't understand burying a guy that's literally fucking buried. So there we go. We can address that. Joey, we got our camping trip coming up this weekend, right?
I'm too excited. It's been months of us talking about this, of us planning and not even thinking summer was going to be here quick enough, but we are here this weekend, heading up to Petoskey, 3.5-hour drive in a beautiful Airstream. Shout out to Road Adventures by Mark Wahlberg, who is hooking us up with this Airstream.
Hell yeah.
And I've never been in an Airstream. I've never stayed at a tiny home. I've only gone camping one time in my life, and I stayed in a tent where I was like Kory, scared as heck of bears coming after me and getting me.
Kory, are you scared about anything camping this weekend?
You know what? I'm scared of everything.
Besides me and Joey?
I'm just gonna take it all in stride and have fun and just hope I don't get my camera wet.
So you notice when we say this tiny home that we're staying in, and shout out to Petoskey RV Resorts, it's a tiny home, Kory, and it only has one bed.
I know. That's why I said I'm going to be sleeping on the concrete.
No, what we want for people watching right now on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, I want you guys to drop in the comments what you want to see us doing this weekend while we're out camping. You know, is it canoeing? Is it paddleboarding? Is it just us getting drunk and playing games? I want to know what you want us to do and what you would do if you were up north this weekend, because you know, there's certain things on a camping checklist in Michigan you got to check off. Like, we got to make s'mores this weekend. That's something that has to happen.
Yes.
We have to have a bonfire this weekend, obviously, to make s'mores, but that's something that has to happen. We got a barbecue. That's something that has to happen.
Fudge, too. Everyone's been saying Petoskey fudge we got to get from up there.
Okay, there we go. Let's add that to the checklist. So we got to get some fudge while we're up in Petoskey. You know, is there anything else up there that we got to do, or anything camping-wise that you guys want to see us do? Because I've been camping with some people that are absolutely insane.
Like legit campers, they go out there, know exactly what they're doing?
Yeah, so some friends of mine, they're big kiteboarders, right? And they go up to Tawas because there's a good point up there where wind comes from both sides, and they're able to catch the wind. And they go camping in the national forest. And, like, the first night I went up there with them, it was great. We set up the tents, we're camping, we light a fire. Then all of a sudden, like a group of 10 dudes that wanted to prove they were Johnny Wilderness shows up. And my God, these guys were such idiots. Like, they were putting a tarp over a fire to try to prevent the rain, but they didn't put it high enough, so the fire melted the tarp. Then one kid's trying to cook breakfast with an axe and cuts his fucking foot. And like all these people that are like, I'm Mr. Wilderness, are just looking like complete assholes. And then my friend Jason, who's a Marine, comes out, literally puts a string around one tree, runs it to another, puts a tarp over it, sleeps on the ground, and that's his tent.
Like how?
And Johnny Wilderness over here burning shit, and then we got the real guy who's actually had training. So yeah.
See, I feel like would be smart enough to come up with something like that. But Kory and I, we're dying if we're out there. I don't know what. I don't know how to do anything. I don't even know how to start a bonfire for real.
Really?
I really don't.
Then you're starting a bonfire.
Come on.
Come on.
I'm scared the flames pop up and all that. I see people like putting like gas on it and the lighter fluid and all that.
Gas
the
on
lighter
a fire?
fluid, not gas, lighter fluid.
Kory, you ever start a bonfire?
No, but I know you don't use gasoline.
No, it's lighter fluid. That's what I meant. Dude, like you see them squirt that lighter fluid and
No, I've seen people use gasoline too, and then they singe their eyebrows. With
I mean, that's a new way to do laser hair removal for me, I guess. That's not a bad idea.
There you go, Joey. That's how you shave your chest from now on.
$1 million idea. Come to Joey's bonfire. So, Kory, I know you talked about how you can't swim. Are you down to still come in the water and do things like if we get life jackets to go out there canoeing and all that?
Yeah, I'll do that. You know, just not. As long as we ain't near no oceans or nothing like that. I mean, I know we're not near oceans or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, if I was out, if you're talking about getting me to do stuff in the water near oceans, that's where I'm like, hey.
We'll hug the coastline if we go on a river. Have you ever been out on the water? Nope. Like on a boat?
Nope.
You've never even been on a boat?
Outside
a canoe?
The closest thing I've been on, like some type of boat on water, is getting on the Staten Island ferry. That's it.
Wow.
And ferry's different because a ferry you're just comfortable. You know, you're just in the ferry and you're just doing your thing.
You know what? I've been on the. I don't even think this counts. What they call it, the Princess, Detroit Princess. I've been on that. But I haven't been on a boat. But I haven't been on a boat.
That's like being on land. That's the thing with this. I mean, you look at the list of amenities that this place has, Petoskey RV Resorts, and they got so many fun things we could do. They got the swimming pool, and obviously we got to get into the water. But my last camping trip, and it's the only camping trip I've ever been on, I was with Joe Warner, our buddy.
Yeah.
And
he's a wilderness guy.
He was super wilderness guy. That's the only reason why I went out there, else I would have died on my own. We're out there on the water, and I'm like, Kory, I could swim, but I recently learned how to swim in the last couple of years.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I've always been scared of water.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So,
Fish, do you know how to swim?
I do not.
Whoa! What is going on right now? Alex? Please, for the love of God, Alex, do you know how to swim?
Kind of, but not very well.
Really?
Yeah.
This is blowing my mind right
Hey,
now.
look, hey, look, I don't care what y'all say about me. I'm living up to all the stereotypes of being a black guy. I don't swim.
Apparently, it's not a black guy thing.
See, but
Look, there's a Chaldean who can't swim. There's a fish who can't swim, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah, wait. What?
He just said he can't swim.
Yeah, I'm a land fish.
Yeah, that's your new nickname now. You landfish.
Landfish.
You're a landfish. That's crazy. But back to my story. We were on this canoe, and he's like, "Listen, you're good. Nothing's gonna happen. We're just gonna go out. It's shallow." And we go out there, and the freaking thing flips because someone was messing around with us, and they flipped us. They're not knowing I can't swim that well. I have never panicked so hard in my life.
That's so crazy. Like, when I was a kid, we used to swim across Wolverine Lake just to see if we could do it.
Across the whole lake?
Yeah.
And you made it?
Yeah.
Without dying?
I'm here.
Wow.
Right here, right now, baby.
Wow.
I mean, yeah.
Hey, can we do swimming lessons?
Yeah, apparently we have to. That's got to be part of this.
Stick holding us like this?
We'll be like, kick.
Kalen Jones got me scared now. See, he's like, all right, be careful out there, black man.
Oh,
that's it.
Get your money, black man.
Think I'm coming down with something.
I'm not feeling well. Oh, man. Okay. Well, we're going to find out, and we will get in the water this weekend. We won't go anything over our heads, though, guys, so everybody will be safe. But this is crazy that I'm going camping with a bunch of people who've never been swimming in their life.
That's funny.
But you know what?
I'm bringing the life jacket.
But I'm going to have an excuse because I'm going to... Joey asked me... First off, you know what Joey asked me yesterday?
I offended Kory yesterday. I'm sorry.
He asked me one of the craziest questions ever.
Oh, God.
He asked me, was I bringing my camera?
Of course.
And I'm like,
baby.
And I'm like,
what? I'm bringing Woody, my dog. He's bringing his camera. It's the same thing.
But when we get in the water, I'm going to keep my phone. I got a gimbal over there. I'm using my phone gimbal to grab some, footage. That
you got a waterproof case?
You know what?
We should go get you one. We'll get you one.
Okay. Cool.
We'll get all of us. That's pretty smart. We'll go out there in the water, have some fun. But just this entire experience, I'm looking forward to because we're going to have some content for you guys. So make sure you're following us at Woodward Sports, all social media platforms. And once again, shout out to Sun RV Resorts. Thanks for having us out there.
Yeah, thank you, guys. And we got to give a shout-out to our people at Levels. Make sure you follow them on Instagram at Enjoy Levels. We got their grand opening coming up in July, and I cannot wait for that. We got some big artists planned, food trucks, plus a tremendous selection of everything you need. And we're going to actually talk a little bit about marijuana in the NFL coming up in the next hour. So make sure you give them a follow right now at Enjoy Levels. Ever since Kory's been wearing this LeBron James jersey around the network, it's been falling down a lot. And really, that's it. Dan Campbell is going to be the man for the Lions. Don't you agree, Kory? I didn't even touch you. All right, fellas, just reminded me something. We skipped over Adam's bets, a.k.a. Sticks Picks, while Adam is on his honeymoon. And
9:05. We usually do this at 8:50.
8:50 is when
we were excited as heck day one when we first did this.
We were talking about camping, man. We kind of got carried away, and I'm like, oh, we blew over the 8:50. So
Kory, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday he went 0-3.
No, 2 days ago I went 0-3.
2 days ago.
Yesterday I did okay.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You guaranteed 3-3.
I was wrong. I went 1-1 yesterday because the soccer game I
picked. Well, I think you picked an under-16s football game. Slovenia and Poland
under 16 like age?
Yeah.
No,
you creeper. You creeper.
I think you did.
Is it men or female?
Because it wouldn't. I think it's men.
Oh, if it was female, I was gonna.
Because it wouldn't be on the top. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. We looked at it. It wasn't.
I'm thinking
they are playing on Monday.
That's what I'm thinking. That's the game I was looking at. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Fish.
but is the game for noon on Monday?
Yesterday.
Is the game noon on Monday?
Yeah, the 14th. Yes.
Well, I'm saying that you chose the under 16s game.
Okay. Well, I went 1-1 yesterday. Decent, right? Guys, fellas?
You win some money, you lose some money, you break even.
Listen, if this doesn't show that Adam knows what the hell he's talking about, I don't know what will. So hopefully this proves the concept with Adam. But a couple games on the docket for today. Obviously, the basketball games, we can get into those. Those are the games I wanted to bet. Did Mikey send you that graphic? Let's throw that up right now. Here's the deal. Here's what I got tonight. The Brooklyn Nets, +3. I think, I don't know why they're not the favorite in this game, but, I'm going to take the Nets pretty much for the rest of the duration until they get to the finals.
Is that for real?
Yeah.
How?
Because it's home.
I don't care.
It's the first home game for the Bucks. So
they lost by 92 points last game.
I know, man.
But by 92 points.
But if you go look at the spread right now, the Bucks are -3, the Nets are +3. So I'm taking
your
the
advice
Nets
on this
that.
today, Stick.
Clippers, I am taking the Clippers +3 as well. I thought they should have won the last game. Amazing shots by Devin Booker, or not Devin Booker, Mitchell. Sorry. Amazing shots by Mitchell, but at the end of the game, the Clippers could not pull through. I think they're going to steal this one. So you got the Clippers +3, and then the Dodgers. I'm just going to take the money line on this game. It's -230, so I kind of dig that a little bit. So those are my 3 picks for the day. If you want to get in on these picks, make sure you go to mybookie.com, enter promo code Woodward10 right now, and we will give you a free $10 account, and then you can sign up and bet. And I saw some people saying, take whatever Stick says and do the opposite. You can do that too. I'm going to help you both ways. Whichever way you want to do it, baby.
How about this? I am doing the bet right now on my bookie, and I am taking your advice.
All right.
I'm taking your advice because this one I like.
Thank you, Joey.
I like.
Yes. I'm going to do the fish fist pump.
Rob Cuddington said, can we do Fish Picks Friday?
Fish picks? Fish, you want to do the picks tomorrow?
Sure.
Okay, we'll do fish picks on Friday. Land fish picks. Good job, Fish. So we'll do fish picks on Friday. But, yeah, those are my picks. Make sure you get them in at mybookie.com. Wanted to touch on this subject. We talked about it a little bit earlier in the week, but it's now starting to come a little more full circle to where we know exactly how many teams that the NCAA wants to put in their new playoff system for football. Like, we thought they should do it like Division II and just, 62 teams. Let's get this done. 63, however many it is. But the number I keep hearing over and over, and Sean Baligian from the Baligian and Bell show actually said they're going with 12. 12 teams in the NCAA playoffs.
What's your thoughts on that? Yeah.
I was going to say, what do you guys think of that number?
I like it because, we saw obviously with the playoffs last year, and there was some issues with people saying this team didn't deserve to be in it, this other team did deserve to be in it. So with this, if you can't be one of the top 12 teams and you're on the fence of that, then obviously there's no argument. You just were not good enough to make it into this playoff. So I like this.
I'm for it. I think anything more than 12 is getting a tad bit excessive, especially with football. They had to do something about the playoff because it was just getting out of hand for the past couple years. So I think 12 was a good number. I'm curious to see how everything is going to play out, though.
Yeah. What I want to do is I want to go back and look at the season-end rankings for the past couple years and see what that 12th team would have been. Yeah. Because the reason they went to the playoff was to kind of eliminate this argument, right? But now, every time you extend it, it's like, really? 12 can get in, but 13 can't get in? Because those teams are most likely going to be very similar in record and in scheduling and stuff like that. So really, I think you're making it harder on the selection committee the more you keep adding to this, because the further down the list you go, the harder it is to differentiate the good teams from the bad teams, right?
True.
If they're going to stick with maybe a top 25, you could do it that way. But I don't know. I like that they're involving more teams, but it's just you're just doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And the one thing I do like about this is it will create more meaningful bowl games, because I feel like bowl games don't mean shit anymore since they put in the playoff.
Bowl games don't mean shit as far as like when you come and talk about the prestige, but for all these companies, hey, it means something for them. The dollar signs for the Idaho Chip Bowl or Toilet Plunger Bowl.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. We went over that list of stupid ass names.
That was fun. So let me ask you this: is the bowl game still going to happen outside of this? Is that what you're saying?
I'm sure there will be, yeah, for sure. But like right now, there's really only 4 important college games after the season's over, right? You have the playoffs and then the championship game. So all the bowl games are just kind of
participation trophies.
That's exactly what they are. Oh, good job! You played a season.
Right.
Go play in a bowl game.
Right.
Like,
they're trying to give everybody some type of trophy.
Yeah. I like the NY6 bowls, but outside of that, it's just a little. We don't need 80 bowls.
You lost. You're not
Yeah.
in the championship. That's it.
Right. And I get it. Seniors want to go out on a high note and all that stuff, and they want to play in their bowl games, but the way they've stripped away the luster of these bowls, like the Rose Bowl doesn't mean anything anymore. It really doesn't.
Do you remember like Michigan being in the Rose Bowl,
Oh.
like Woodson with the rose in his mouth? Like there's just so many things.
Well, it used to be something because it was like the winner of the Big Ten versus the winner of the Pac-10, and if they weren't competing for the national championship, and then they would go play each other. Now it just doesn't mean anything. It's like, all right, you're going to the Rose Bowl. I mean, there's been bowl games with people with losing records just because they need teams to fill out all these stupid-ass games.
I mean, it's like that in some football divisions too.
Yeah.
Where there's
I
some
know.
that's so bad, like the Washington football team, where they just get in because the division's so bad.
Yeah.
I will say this, though. Coming from a school like Eastern Michigan, where our football is just, we have a terrible football history. I ain't gonna front. When we made the Quick Lane Bowl, I was treating it like that was my Rose Bowl because I didn't think I'd ever go to any type of bowl game going to Eastern. So being able to go to the Quick Lane Bowl and then see them play Pitt, and it was competitive up until the second half.
See, but
I
it felt
enjoyed
good. It felt good.
It felt good.
We're talking about athletes and
but
the athlete mentality. Like when you go to the NFL, if you don't make the playoffs, there ain't no toilet bowl. There ain't no toilet bowl. You are done.
It would be nice, though, if they could give the Lions a consolation game at the end of every season.
Now that you mention it, Kory, that is actually, I wouldn't mind it.
They should do what we do in my Dynasty Fantasy League.
What do you do?
So, like, the teams make the playoffs, and then they have an under, bracket to where if you win the toilet bowl, you get the #1 overall pick.
If you win the toilet bowl, you get the, okay. So
it
you're
keeps-
fighting for that #1.
Yeah, so it keeps teams playing hard even though they're bad teams playing.
Yep.
That would be interesting if the NFL did that. So all of a sudden the Lions are in a tournament with, the bad teams in the league
But
to
then
see
what
who
do you-
gets the #1 pick.
What do you do, though? The loser gets the #1 pick?
Well, no, the
'Cause
winner
we got
gets
a tank.
No, the winner gets the #1 pick because you want to incentivize people to win.
That would be actually awesome.
I ain't mad at that one.
All right, NFL, you're on notice. We're pitching it right now. Another tournament for the losers, like Gus Macker Toilet Bowl style. Let's
I
go.
got one of those trophies at home.
Do you?
Heck yeah.
What's up, Fish?
People have probably pitched that for years, and the NFL is just like, nope.
Oh,
Rejected.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
So-
adding games that literally mean nothing
Yeah.
is never going to happen in the CBA.
Especially, Especially someone gets hurt or something and you say that game was pointless because there's always going to be one LeBron James that's against it.
Yes. There's always LeBron James. So, yeah, we'll find out exactly what the NCAA committee decides on if they're going to go with the 12 teams. That's what I'm hearing. That's been the buzz on the street. But it's going to be more than the 4 teams that they have now.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. It's going to put more pressure on the selection committee, but at least we will have football going forward. And the more meaningful games, the better, the more exciting. Because you never know. Like, wouldn't it be fun if Michigan was like a 10 seed one year and they make it all the way to the national championship?
That
or
would
state?
be that would be pretty cool.
I mean, you look at March Madness in the basketball side of it. How much do we love March Madness?
Well,
Now we get a baby taste of it.
Well, you get this in college a lot. These are young kids, so the team you start the season with isn't always the team you end the season with, and there's going to be a team that starts trending up with 4 weeks left in the season, and just takes that momentum into the playoffs at some point. So I'll be looking forward to that. But we all know Alabama and Nick Saban's going to be in the finals anyway, so it doesn't really matter because Nick Saban is going to be coaching Alabama till about 2079 after that contract.
Oh yeah, I mean, I pretty much can just pencil it out. Don't they call the national the college football playoff the Alabama Invitational anyway? I mean, it's in it every other damn year.
I know. And Dabo Sweeney too. I mean, Clemson's really showing up, but they got to play ACC teams. Like, that's not
It's
really
going to be
fair.
Clemson, LSU, Alabama, Ohio State.
That's it. And that's all that's been in there. Michigan State made it to the college football playoffs once, and that was fun, but
You ain't seeing that no more.
it'll be a while before State gets back there. So, yeah, we'll find out exactly when they're making that big switch and when that all happens, and we'll report that to you. And coming up next, this is something that's very interesting because a lot of former athletes are getting into not only dispensaries, but growing medical marijuana and just recreational weed. Calvin Johnson's in it, Rob Sims is in it, a couple other people, and the NFL is starting to put more into this than the opioids. Let's talk about that next on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Welcome back. It is the Morning Woodward Show live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for waking up with us, being a part of the conversation. We appreciate you, and thank you for sharing and spreading the word about the Woodward Sports Network. So the NFL, I thought this was an interesting story. They're starting to put money towards toys. I was reading cannabinoids, the word that was on my computer, but they're putting money towards. They're putting money towards cannabis. And they're trying to move off opioids, which has been almost a pandemic issue in the NFL, and it's led to suicides, it's led to drug addiction, it's led to several other things. And the NFL has been very hard on marijuana by suspending players, by not letting them do it in the off season, just not letting them use it. But the more the world learns about it, the more it becomes acceptable in society. The NFL is starting to move towards it, and they're putting $1 million in funding for research into pain management. And the committee announced that on Tuesday. The request for the proposal is the next step in the NFL's shift on to use marijuana by players, some who have long maintained it was safer to them to use marijuana to treat pain than to take prescription medication. I think this is a huge step for the NFL, a massive step for the NFL, and I hope that other leagues start to take notice. Like the NBA already stopped testing for weed altogether, didn't they?
Yeah, I know they stopped testing altogether for the bubble. I don't know if they continue that going on.
Okay, that was just for the bubble?
Yeah, no, that's when I know
they're gonna be getting high in this bubble, baby.
Right. Let me ask you a question. I'm the least knowledgeable on the weed game entirely. Can you overdose on marijuana?
No.
So you can't overdose. So that right there is a big factor.
Yes, and it doesn't like destroy your liver. It doesn't turn your skin orange and green and yellow, which, a lot of people get jaundice from taking too many opioids. It's not habit forming that they say. I mean, people that smoke weed usually smoke weed regularly, but when you're on those painkillers and you wake up and then you can dull all the pain, and then you wake up the next day, you need to take 2 pills. Then you wake up the next day, you need to take 3 pills.
Yeah, you always got to up it to make you feel good.
Exactly, because your body builds up to what you already have in it. So, yeah, man, I think this is a huge step for them. I think it's going to save players' lives in the long run. And it's honestly just so stupid to me how this hasn't been addressed before.
I mean, look, these dudes can drink, and it's just totally fine. These dudes can overdose on these opioids, totally fine. But you smoke a joint and you're kicked out for X, Y, and Z amount of games. It makes no sense. Players like Calvin Johnson, who I'm going to get into in a second, he said that he said he smoked after every game for pain management. He said if he had a concussion or whatnot, he could go to the team and get all the drugs that he wanted, all the opioids that he needed. But his method of choice was smoking marijuana because it was better for him. And when he a couple of weeks ago with Jars Cannabis, him and Rob Sims, they had a meet and greet for their cannabis brand. It's called Primitive Elevated Wellness. And I asked him, I said, do you think that the NFL is gonna come around anytime soon? And he said right now there was really no push for it, but he didn't see anything coming soon. But he said that the education is out there and that people are gonna have to start getting hip to it. And now with this news coming out, hey, maybe the NFL is starting to come around, and they should, because you hear too many stories about former players overdosing or being addicted.
Right, and we're not even talking about just smoking weed, too. The CBDs that are in weed that the people are putting in lotions and salves to put on your body. Huh?
That's not allowed?
None of that was. No, now it is. What? Yeah, so CBD, I think the stigma is definitely off CBD. I mean, you saw Family Video carrying CBD products.
Yeah.
I mean, they were trying to save their dying business, but still, they were carrying CBD products. And you just see CBD shops popping up everywhere.
And you know, if you don't, people don't want to do marijuana, I get that, but CBD is, I'm gonna tell you right now, if somebody uses CBD, it's for real. It definitely, if you have anything going on with anxiety or, you know, just need to be kind of like calm, CBD tinctures work amazing.
Yeah, Darren McCarty will talk about it, and we probably should have had him on to talk about this as well, but he's on the hook from 3 to 5 today. He actually has his own CBD line. He actually has his own medical marijuana and rec marijuana that you can buy at some of the dispensaries in the local area, and he's doing an event with Calvin and Rob Sims. And this is the trend. This is what we're going to see moving forward. So if you're not on board with this, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's going to happen. It's just like fighting prohibition back in the day. Like, if you're not on board with it, alcohol is going to happen. And this actually has a medical benefit that alcohol doesn't at all.
I will say this, though, as somebody that doesn't consume of any products, any whatever, I really do not like how it's all becoming in, like, even restaurants. Because when you're sitting there in a restaurant, I used to hate that cigarette smoke.
Right.
Now you smell people walking in, and it's honestly disgusting. That's the only issue I got.
Yeah.
I hate that. Like, I forgot where I was the other day, and someone walked in, and you just, right where he walked, you just right in front of you, you saw it. But, I mean, for this in sports, I mean, we all know athletes that they have the easiest access to all these opioids. So you tell them they can't take marijuana, they need something.
Right.
And they're going after more opioids and leading them down more depression and just the wrong path.
And also, too, one thing about marijuana, you don't have to smoke it. I mean, there are other ways to consume it. There are THC gel caps, there's edibles, there's tincture.
What's the gel caps?
You're going to turn into Bubba Gump right now. There's marijuana gel caps. There's marijuana pills. There's marijuana brownies. There's marijuana cookies.
So with the gel caps, is really just, you know, the oil. And you just, some of them are 10 milligrams, some are 25, however, whatever your tolerance is. But it's different ways out there to take it that are safer than smoking.
Yeah, well, apparently the committee has heard mixed results from players about using marijuana to treat pain. Hill, one of the spokespersons for the committee, said that there's some indication that using medical marijuana and CBD to treat pain may be riskier than most people realize, and that and the doses necessary to address pain may create risk to liver toxicity and interactions with other medications. So that is something that they're going to have to monitor and be careful with. Because
I heard at least some like liver issues and whatnot because when you mix it with all these other ones, so it's tough.
Yeah, but it's looking like the NFL's moving forward with this. They're putting $1 million towards it, which in NFL money is like putting 10 cents towards something.
Yeah.
But it's still a step forward in the right direction.
And I like to see that they're not outdated. Like, this is the norm. This is where, what's that? This is where
Laugh at Mikey TikTok's comment. I know Darren McCarty. There's no way you can OD on weed. Sorry, you were saying this is the norm.
Yeah, I mean, this is the norm. So it's like at least that they're willing to invest $1 million into this and really see what the results are going to be is actually taking one step forward. So I'm happy they're doing that at the bare minimum.
Yeah, but to Joey's point, if you smoke weed, be respectful of other people because I'm the same way. Like, I smoke, but I also hate the way the cigarette smoke smells. And when somebody walks in reeking like cigarettes, I never want to be the guy that's putting that on somebody else's.
Yeah, it's just your jacket.
nozzle.
I'm thankful it's not wintertime no more.
Oh,
that
my
jacket used to reek.
My jacket?
Yeah, I told you that.
Here?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but you're respectful. Every time you walk in here, I mean, you make sure that you don't reek.
No, I wash my hands and all that good stuff. Make sure none of y'all can tell. And I'm just up here like, yeah, man.
You can tell when Stick doesn't smoke. How about that?
Yeah, I turn into Adam. That's what. If I don't smoke, I'm Adam. Like, honestly,
I never want to see that again in my life,
dude. I'm high strung. I'm like intense.
Remember when you got your wisdom teeth out and they were telling you that you couldn't do it?
Yes, I still smoked. Not gonna tell me what to put in my body, but no, like honestly, like I got shoved on Ritalin when I was 10 years old, and then I kept getting these pills shoved down me since I was a kid to slow me down, to get my brain to start working better, because I have a chemical imbalance and all these things that people tell you when you're a kid, and it fucks with your head. Started at smoking weed in college. It's not like I was a stoner at 15, 13 years old. I started smoking weed in college, and it slowed me down just like the Ritalin did, without droning me out and making me into a zombie. So I prefer it to what clinically they want me to take.
And you know what? To your point about that, I've had to take medication for anxiety. Had to take Zoloft daily, and I had to take Xanax when if I got the panic attacks, anxiety got really bad. I can tell you, right? I've not been on any type of medication since 2011. So that's 10 years. Sis. So
happy anniversary.
Yeah, I guess. But anything. Thing about it is, the way that stuff makes you feel, I will never pop a pill again.
Right.
I felt like a damn zombie. You could disrespect me, and I would just be emotionless. Like the lights would be on, but nobody is home. I felt nothing. As opposed to THC and CBD. I mean, let's be real. People do smoke and do THC, edibles and stuff recreationally, just for fun. But at the same time, it does have its benefits. And I would definitely do CBD before I ever pop another prescription pill. I didn't like the way my body felt. And then the withdrawal, when you don't have those pills, it's bad.
Yeah.
The withdrawal from marijuana, you just...
I need it.
That's about it.
Damn, I'm out of weed.
But let me ask you this, though. When you're high, because, if there's players, like an NFL player, just say Jared Goff or something like that. Actually, I shouldn't probably put names to this, but just say there's XYZ player that goes out there
with a fat blunt.
but they're just out there, and you can see that they're high. Like, do you notice differences when you're high if it were to come to sports, though? Because I have no knowledge on this whatsoever.
Like, you're talking performance-wise?
Yeah, performance. Like, if you're out there when you're high versus when do you call it sober? I don't know any of these terminology whatsoever.
I call it normal and not normal.
Okay, normal versus not normal. Like, it's got to alter some way.
Honestly, the way weed affects people in different ways, everybody is different. Like, one guy may be able to perform at a higher level. Another guy may just be able to sit on a couch and not be able to, all his motor skills are gone. So it's really based on the individual, because
and that's on the individual to know how much they need to consume.
Exactly.
Yeah, it varies from person to person. Like, and I'll show you a picture afterwards. One of my fraternity brother's name is Spencer. He can go smoke for about an hour nonstop, then go in the gym and go bust out 2 hours in the gym and be straight, breathing, not over breathing, just good to go, just knocking him out. I'm like, how in the hell do you do that? But somebody else, one of my other friends, tried to do it like him. Not the same result.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that just
know yourself.
You gotta know yourself, know your limits, because I can just say, hey, Joey, I take a 10 milligram gummy. You can too. I might be up here and straight. You might be tripping out and be like, oh my God, I'm about to die. So
right.
It's just you gotta know your tolerance.
Well, at the end of the day, it's still a drug.
Yeah.
So we're still talking about a drug. We're still talking about a foreign substance you put into your body to change the way you feel. So you gotta be responsible with it, no matter what. No matter what you take. If it's an opioid, be responsible with it, because opioids are there for a reason.
Yeah.
They do help, but the problem is they get abused, and that's when it turns into a major, major issue. Friends of mine own dispensaries, and you could see, and they will tell you that, like, people will come in there with opioid addictions, and then months later they will get off of it because they're smoking now instead of taking pills. And you could see color come back into their face. You could see life, because you get this like gray yellow tint when your liver is trying to process all these opioids. It's really a crazy, crazy thing, and I'm happy the world is evolving on it, and especially the NFL, because players were getting suspended for a long time for no damn reason. So yeah, NFL putting some money behind that. We'll see how it progresses, but I'm kind of thinking that's why, like, the Calvin Johnsons of the world are getting into this too, because if they get that NFL contract, woo-wee, baby, woo-wee.
Calvin Johnson's probably down here in Al Harrington. He actually has a dispensary downtown. Viola.
Okay.
Yeah, so he has. So it's starting to pop up. I mean, think before Gronk went back to the NFL, he was working with a CBD line. So I mean,
I can definitely see Gronk getting lit.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, good job NFL. Let's keep progressing this, but do it smartly. And everybody, if you do smoke, please be smart about it. Don't be an asshole. Don't smell like crap around other people that
And
may
explain
find it
this to me,
offensive.
too.
Be respectful.
Why does some weed smell awful and then some of it like has a decent smell?
Because some weed is awful and some weed is really good.
Dude, there's
because some people are smoking dirt.
Yeah.
And some people are smoking some premium flower.
Yeah, that's the thing. And that's actually when you walk through levels. When we did walk through, it had
Smelled
that
good.
nice smell.
Yeah.
Had that good smell.
that's
Like
that-
it was like an air freshener.
Yeah, no Reggie's. It didn't smell like Reggie's. So yeah, thank you NFL. Joey's News is on the way next right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey guys, I'm D-Mac.
Hey guys, I'm Pilar.
That was a little slow.
Right.
Hi, I'm D-Mac.
I wasn't ready. I was doing this.
Hi, I'm D-Mac.
Hey, I'm Pilar.
I'm Maz. You're lit. Hi, I'm D-Mac.
I'm Pilar.
I'm Maz. We suck.
You suck.
Catch us Monday to Friday, 3 to 5
Every day right here on The Hook.
on Woodward Sports Network.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's News.
Let's go.
So has Todd Gurley moved on from the Detroit Lions? Ian Rappaport taking it to Twitter.
Kory just made me the happiest person ever.
What just happened?
Nobody's gonna care but me. That's why it's so funny. But there's this puppet. It's called Reggie Bo, which is
puppet.
Yeah, it's to signify really bad weed, right? And Reggie Bo has a skit with Trick Trick, where Trick Trick's breaking up with Reggie, saying he's only smoking the good stuff more.
Okay.
And come to find out, Kory's frat brother is Reggie.
Yeah, Chris Powell, comedian CP, who did Should Detroit People Say? That's him.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were just saying that it was a puppet.
It is a puppet, but puppets have
plays the
voices.
puppet.
Yeah. A human operates the puppet, Joey.
Puppets
Hate to break that to you,
voices.
kids at home too. I'm sorry. I thought you said it was a puppet.
That's it. I got to make a call to Reggie Bo now.
Oh my God, we got to work out a skit with Reggie.
I love how you just got so geeked about that.
Can he come to the grand opening of Levels?
I'm gonna hit
Be
him
like,
up.
oh, I ain't from here. This doesn't look like my. Oh my God, my world just opened up.
I'm gonna shoot Chris a message right now.
And we got to watch that skit with Trick Trick after the show.
Yeah,
Let's do
I
your
wanna see
news,
it.
Joey.
Well, has Todd Gurley moved on is the big question because there was so much hype these last couple of weeks about, did you see OTAs? Look who's there. Before that, Todd Gurley, they're meeting up with the Lions. Well, Ian Rappaport took to Twitter to say that he is visiting with the Ravens today. So we'll see where he lands. I still think that he's a high favorite to be landing as a Detroit Lion, but that's just a personal opinion. So we'll see where he lands. And you see it right there. Now it's Baltimore, which could build an on already stacked backfield. Stacked backfield.
Justice Hill. Gus Edwards. Stacked.
I just saw something too that makes sense why he might go there. Baltimore native.
Oh, well, okay. Then
I did not know that.
Then that's that. Go home, young.
Well, we lost him.
Go home, young man. Go home.
I'm in 10 seconds from thinking that the Lions are a favorite to, all right, he's going to Baltimore.
Right.
LeBron James switching his jersey number. No more 23. He will now be rocking number 6 after donning the number in the new movie, Space Jam.
Yeah, good
This
for
movie's
you.
taking over his life.
It is. He has sold out for Space Jam.
Yep. From the moment he lost.
Quit trying to be Jordan.
Embarrassed
You're
in
not
the
Jordan.
playoffs.
You'll never be Jordan.
Or Kobe, I mean.
You're not even Michael B. Jordan.
What you got against Michael B?
I mean, I'm just saying, hey, Michael B. Jordan was Killmonger. He
Yeah,
killed people.
no,
LeBron ain't no killer.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have it in him. He doesn't have it in him.
So
He's the guy, like, Michael B. Jordan would hold up LeBron and be like, is this your king? This is your king? Sorry. All right, go ahead, Joe.
Fun fact, after Devin Booker and them beat LeBron James, LeBron gave him a signed jersey. So he probably got the last signed number 23 LeBron James jersey.
That's going to be worth some money.
I mean, hey, it's apropos to give it to the guy who knocked your ass out for the first round for the first time.
So we recapped the Phoenix Suns yesterday. Now it had 2-0, beat the Nuggets by 25 points. Another freaking upset. Look at that magical shot.
Dude, Booker's just ridiculous, man.
He is. He's so confident in the way he plays. That's what I love so much about him.
That Mamba mentality.
He's got it for sure. So it was a great team effort. Booker had 18 points, 10 rebounds.
Do NBA players still have to wear masks on the bench?
I still see some of them.
I see some of them still.
There's an arena full of 30,000 people and one asshole on the bench with a mask on. Watch this. Nobody. Okay, there's some trainers back there in the shot, but nobody else in the
Coach
shot.
doesn't. Yeah, so I doubt they do.
I don't know. Maybe those guys are just still,
Yeah, it's probably an NBA requirement if you're not vaccinated.
Oh, so maybe he's not vaccinated.
I would assume,
no, he's trying to be a hero.
I would assume the whole staff of any NBA team has to wear a mask.
Okay.
The coach.
Right. It's just weird.
But
It's so weird. We went from somebody without a mask looking out of place, and now someone with a mask looks out of place.
Yeah, like
because
all
if
the
you've got a
NBA
mask
staffs,
still on, that means you didn't get vaccinated.
I
You're
think
the problem.
I think all the NBA staff have to wear masks so they don't accidentally give COVID to their players, and then they fuck their team, and then it's like, man, why'd you do that? You're the trainer. You made us lose the NBA playoffs because you got COVID. And now they, trying to stay safe and protective. The
Yep.
benches, I don't know if you guys noticed, I think they're still 6 feet apart.
Yeah, there's still socially distanced on the bench. I saw that.
So,
but even though the fans can sit on each other's laps, but
correct. So it's technically not full capacity because they still have those shitty little banners there.
Yep. They take up all those courtside areas.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Utah Jazz surprising Rudy Gobert missed the eye-lick microphones in the locker room after winning his 3rd Defensive Player of the Year. This is actually, if I ever win an award like MVP of the NBA or anything like that, I want you guys to surprise me like this.
I got you.
He doesn't know it yet, but Rudy just won his 3rd Defensive Player of the Year trophy. He's had an amazing year this year. He deserves it. We're going to surprise him in the locker room. He doesn't know about it yet, so. Look at this. Get the wires. Yeah!
That's awesome. So
That
Rudy
is-
Gobert and the Jazz up 1-0 against the Clippers. Game 2 tonight, 10 p.m., our favorite time. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I have been tired as heck this entire...
That's really the only... You know what? I was wondering what was going on with me lately because I'm like...
Yes.
Why am I being so tired? It's these damn late-ass games up to 1 o'clock in the morning.
Imagine living in L.A. where you just... Everything's amazing. Games end at like 9 o'clock.
Oh, that's the best. When I go visit my family in Arizona, like during Thanksgiving, that's traditionally when I'm out there. That Lions game's at 10 a.m.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
You mean to tell me I get to go watch the game and then still have the rest of my night to myself?
Oh, it's amazing.
Rest of your night? You got the rest of the whole damn day.
Yeah, it's over by 1. Like, honestly, it really is amazing. You wake up about 9, you eat your breakfast. Next thing you know, the Lions are playing. The West Coast got it figured out when it comes to that.
Lucky as heck.
Yeah.
Tigers getting robbed of a homer. In the bottom of the 9th, this right here sent it into extra innings. This was going to be our W.
Drives one to left. That is deep. That is caught. Oh, no! What a grab by Jake Bailey, and they will double up Haas. Oh, my. What a...
As if that play couldn't get any worse. Then on top of that, our runner gets tagged out.
To me, that is the biggest,
fundamental
my
mistake.
anger point in this, because we still would have had a chance to win the game in 9. Like, if you think it's a home run,
what a catch.
You don't have to run. If you know it's a deep drive, go halfway or 3/4 of the way. So if he drops it, then yeah, you have a chance to score. But damn, to get doubled up on that to send it into extra innings, it just, I don't love that at all.
They got us. We end up losing the game on top of that.
I know,
Mariners end
Haas
up
has
winning
been
9-6.
Haas has been so good too. That I don't know if that's on the base coach or on him, but either way, let's take it back to Little League, fellas.
It's our boy too from Westland, Michigan himself.
Dearborn Divine Child.
Yep. The real best catch though. I mean, that was a cool catch. I don't really like it because we ended up losing the game because of that catch. But check out Mama right here. She could be babysitter, I guess, but I'm calling her Mama on this catch right here because it is beautiful with the baby in her hand.
Oh, boxing out too. You gotta appreciate that.
Okay, I take back everything I said earlier about the guy
Look,
with the glove trying to celebrate to the fans.
Look at the ladies too. Play that back from the top after this. Any other man, when someone steals a ball from you, you're going to be pissed.
Right.
Look at the two ladies next to her. Look, yay, good for you.
And, we talk about, the Tiger or the Comerica Park not being at full capacity. Look, the Padres aren't even close either. So it's just kind of how baseball is. Like the Oakland A's tarp off their entire third deck because nobody ever shows up to their games.
I also think some places, parts of the country, they're still kind of like slowly trying to.
Yeah, like California, they can't be full capacity. I mean, the Padres wouldn't anyway, but they couldn't be full capacity if they wanted to. They're still at whatever they are.
Can we talk about how awesome a name of the Padres is? Like, you're the daddies. Like, that's amazing. Like, that's amazing.
It's a good name.
Right.
And lastly, Michigan story to kind of touch on because I don't have much info, but later on today we will. The adopted son of U of M's legendary coach, Bo Schembechler, is coming forward today to speak about how he told his dad about the abuse of Dr. Robert Anderson. So we're going to hear his words, and I'm sure we'll recap that tomorrow on the show. But
yeah, we'll definitely talk about it. I mean, it's such a weird situation to talk about. Anytime you're talking about molestation and sexual abuse, it becomes very strange. You obviously have to show sympathy towards the victims, but you also can't jump over a bridge either without facts. So I don't know. These situations, I always try to just slow down when I'm talking about it or thinking about it because I don't want to step out of line, and I don't want to be wrong either.
Yeah, I want to wait for more of the facts to come out right now. Just being upfront, the way it looks, Bo Schembechler does not look good in this, but I want to see more details come out so that I can accurately talk about it, because the one thing you want to do is you don't want to condemn somebody in the court of public opinion without the facts, and especially with him not being alive to defend himself, just want to make sure that I do correctly. But if the facts point to him, some damning evidence that he knew about this, we're fair people up here. We'll give him the ringer.
I probably shouldn't say this, and by prefacing that, I know that I shouldn't say this.
No, you gotta speak your truth. Speak the mind.
Yeah, I don't know how to word this without sounding completely insensitive and stupid. When you molest a young woman, I feel it's more severe than what happened to a young boy or a teenage boy. Like the Sandusky situation, a lot of those kids were old enough to defend themselves and make decisions based on that. And this is where, like, it's weird to say this because it's such a gray area. I just feel like men have the ability to defend themselves more in these situations. Like, some dude tried to touch my balls, I'm punching him in the face, right?
Mm-hmm. What age? Because what age was that case?
These were all college kids.
All college kids.
Right.
So they know, like they're men of themselves to where they know what they're doing.
Right. It's just me personally, but when I heard the Larry Nassar stuff, it was like, oh my God, if I ever had a daughter, I'd be so I want that guy dead. And I got so angry.
No, I get your point. It's the delivery. I mean, it's a tough one to deliver.
Right. It doesn't sound right when you say it out loud.
For sure, because there's some that have no control. They don't know better. They look at you as leaders and mentorships.
Right.
But then there's some that still look at you as leaders, but they're the ones that are old enough to at least make these decisions for themselves.
And I guess it's just me speaking because I am a man and I know what I would do in that situation. I don't know what a woman
power
would do.
does a lot, though.
Yeah, power does do a lot.
Power does a lot.
Yeah,
and you cannot take advantage of.
And that's just kind of what I was going to get at. Some of these players, they come from different situations, different backgrounds, and you never know what types of intimidation and types of tools people such as, with the Jerry Sandusky or the Robert Anderson, you don't know what types of tools of intimidation and blackmail they may be using on some of these players to get them to do some of those acts. So it is kind of one of those areas you want to tiptoe around, because for me, I can only speak for me. I know that, I'd either whoop dude's ass or go to jail trying to whoop the dude's ass, but you never know what temperament another person has that allows them to find themselves in that position.
Right.
And it's tough.
It's tough, and I know me thinking that probably isn't the right course of thought.
Yeah, but no one says that, so you're at least speaking your mind, and
I
brings
like
up
to
a
have
good
these
point.
conversations and talk these things out, because like when we think of men, we think of you're more able to defend yourself. You're more able to protect yourself. Like, you know, I'm an old school guy like that. Like, men are here to protect.
Yeah.
Like, that's our job. We're hunters, we're gatherers, we're protectors.
Yeah.
That's our job on this planet. Like, that's our primal job. So,
And ladies, don't be offended by that. You can still hold your ground, but he's just saying that's the core.
Yeah.
That's the core to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just-
and that's just me. So I'm not speaking for anybody else up here.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to hate Kory or Joey because of what I think. But I'm more offended when it happens to women. I think that's the better way to say it. I'm more offended. Not that I'm not offended when it happens to men. I'm more offended when it happens to women.
Yeah, just like I think they just intimidate them the same way they intimidate the women. Like, hey, I'll take your career away, or I'll do this to you. You know, it's just I don't know. I haven't been in that situation, but I'm just outside looking in, trying to understand how that may happen to a man. I can see some guys just being like, hey, this guy standing in between me and making a multi-millionaire career and changing the lives of not just myself but my family. So let me just play along or just say screw it in.
Yeah, that's a good point right there too by Gerald Gerald threatening to take away a scholarship from a kid with no other way to go like that. Yeah, that's some power right there. So
At the same time, though, come on, fellas, know what you're doing. There's nothing in life worth more than yourself.
Exactly. So yeah, I know that was a weird comment to say, but you know, I'm always going to be honest with you whether you like me or not.
We know your mind works in different ways too.
I'm sorry,
we all
guys.
know. But hey, 10.5-month hands-on HVAC program. You got to go check out Northwestern Tech, because Northwestern Tech is the HVAC school that works. And I love hearing the success stories that come out of this school, because it really is 10.5 months. Literally, you look at someone right now that's graduating. A year ago, they were in a completely different situation, probably not happy with what their career was looking like in the middle of COVID, and then they made that decision to believe in themselves and take on Northwestern Tech. So check them out right now, and maybe you're going to be a part of this program, northwesterntech.edu. We are here, downtown Fenton, my favorite Bridge Street Exchange.
That's right. And you want to switch up your wardrobe this summer? It's this easy. Ready, Joey?
I'm ready.
All right, you ready? I like it. You want to do it again?
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right. Ooh, Brixton. Nice. One more time?
Yes.
Ooh, I like the hat on this one, too. You ready to do it one more time, Joey?
I'm getting tired. One last one.
All right, let's change it. Bro, where's your shirt? You need new clothes this summer. Bridge Street Exchange in Fenton. That's where you need to go. Thank you, guys.
Is it time? Yeah, it is. Fish!
Go fish.
Fish facts.
It's fish!
All right, Fish, you ready to get into it? We got your facts coming up right meow. Let's go.
Yes, we start with video as always. We'll go to Thursday Night Football that happened this morning on a lovely winter day in Australia. Fall day, technically. You won't see it on this angle, but you'll see it on the second angle of this angle here, the spin that they put on the ball.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they can spin the hell out of the ball.
What does that do?
What, putting spin on the ball?
Yeah, it just makes it harder to catch for...
Well, no, he was kicking it towards the goal.
Oh, okay.
So it made it so it can wrap around tough angle. As you saw, it was like a sideline kick. So they spun it so he can whip it around.
I like that.
We go to the facts, and Chris Paul is everywhere. He got 17 points, 15 assists, 0 turnovers last night. It's his third career playoff game with 15-plus assists and 0 turnovers, breaking a tie with Magic Johnson for the most since the three-point era in 1980.
Wow. I mean, anytime you're in a statistic with Magic Johnson in point guard category, you're doing all right.
So he looked good. Someone else who looked good, well, the same person, Chris Paul. Is the first player with 15 points, 15 assists, 0 turnovers in a playoff game since, well, Chris Paul in 2014. Who was the first player to do it since Chris Paul in 2008.
Lots of Chris Paul facts today. He had a good game last night, man.
Yeah, he broke his record 3 times.
Nice.
This is not Chris Paul. We do not have 3 straight Chris Paul facts. We have a loser, Nikola Jokic, who got...
He's not a loser. It's the MVP.
Well, he is the MVP. Well, he lost last night's game. He's also I love him. He's a great player from Serbia. Go Serbia.
Go Serbia.
Nikola Jokic got 24 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists. The rest of the team, well, they didn't do much better than him. 26 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. So one person did better than the whole team combined.
Nice.
Which is never good to see when that happens.
No, not good.
We go to today, which is June 10th, one day until Friday, 2 days into the weekend. 1962, one-day record of 54 home runs. So there are 54 home runs in one day of baseball.
Definitely wasn't this year.
It was not. Well, this year hasn't technically happened yet.
Right.
But you mean last year, the year before?
Yeah, well, the dead ball era that's going on right now, we're not going to get 54 home runs in a
No,
day.
you will not get 54 home runs tonight. 1981, Pete Rose ties Stan Musial for the National League record of 3,630 hits. So 3,630 hits.
Stan the man.
Did you like him growing up?
Not really. I mean, I didn't dislike him, but I didn't love him growing up. He's just, just part of baseball.
1990, go Pistons, everybody. Detroit Pistons beat the Trailblazers for the first time in Portland since 1974.
Good times.
We'll be able to say that in 2022, right? 2023,
Be
maybe?
a Dame now? Oh, man.
The Pistons are trending up, man.
He might leave.
man.
He might leave.
Yeah?
Oh, we got a birthday. 1951, Dan Fouts, who was a quarterback for the San Diego Chargers. He's now with another network doing commentary for them. You guys like him?
Yeah, Fouts?
Yeah. Do you guys like him as an analyst?
I do. I really do, yeah.
We have a wedding. D-Mac, we have a wedding. I guess it said D-Mac. This is for him.
I thought you were going to say D-Mac.
Did D-Mac get married?
No.
Oh.
It's not D-Mac. I was supposed to say, D-Mac, we have a wedding.
Oh, okay.
Steve Eisenman got married. 24. Was Lisa Brennan.
Beautiful family for all the Eismans.
1989. So congratulations to him. Hopefully D-Mac will bring it up. If he does not, I will bring it up.
You should bring it up to D-Mac. I wonder if D-Mac was at the wedding.
I don't know. I can tell you who was at the wedding.
Maz. Maz has had every integral sports thing that ever happened in the history of sports.
Those are the facts. We'll be back tomorrow with Friday, Fun Friday. Guess I'm doing some picks, I heard, earlier in the show. So I guess I'll be bringing some picks. So hopefully they're good.
Yeah, hopefully they are. They can't be worse than me, Fish.
Well, I picked for Maz. I picked 3 winners for Maz on Friday, and I think I went 0-3. So ouch. I didn't put them the Maz's total,
you said
by
you
the way.
3 winners.
Wow, that's what Maz says. I don't know who you're like. 3 winners for you again tonight. And sometimes they're winners, sometimes they're losers. They ended up being 3 winners. I did not put that on Maz's record. But
well, you ready to do Joey's dumbass of the day? Let's do it.
The Detroit Pistons select Darko Milicic.
World's dumbest criminal.
Well, so much for me calling him savvy because he had no idea where he's on the field.
When he crosses too many timeouts, it's a technical foul.
Dumbass!
Yankees. The Yankees and Gerrit Cole. We got to highlight this video if you haven't seen it. Quite the answer when asked about using Spider Tack, the whole sticky substance, on the mound.
And have you ever used Spider Tack while pitching?
I don't. I don't know. I don't know if. I don't quite know how to answer that, to be honest. I mean, there are customs and practices that have been passed down from older players to younger players, from the last generation of players to this generation of players, and
it's so painful.
Dude, it's awful.
I think there are some things that are certainly out of bounds in that regard, and I've stood pretty firm in terms of that, in terms of the communication between our peers and whatnot. And I, again, like I mentioned earlier, there's, this is important to a lot of people that love the game, and this is including the players in this room, including fans, including teams. And so if MLB wants to legislate some more stuff, that's a conversation that we can have, because ultimately we should all be pulling in the same direction on this.
All he had to say was yes
or no.
all he had to say.
You had two options, and you went
2 minutes.
Other people used to do it, and if they changed the rules, maybe, but I don't.
So the Yankees invest hundreds of $1 millions on this tool bag. Put some freaking money into getting this guy some tutorials on how to speak to media.
How is this not all over social media as like a meme? Like, you know, when your wife asks you if you do the dishes. I was gonna, but if other people did it before me, so I don't know. Like, that was the most bumbling. Like,
babe, did you cheat on me?
I don't know. Other people have, and if they change the rules, I think we should all be in this together. It reminded me a lot of when they were doing the steroid interrogations of like Rafael Palmeiro and Mark McGuire and all that. It was a lot of that, like just a lot of that.
And it's like just take the easy way out on something like this and just give a one-word answer. Less is more in a situation like this.
Can you play the first like 10 seconds of that again with that long, awkward pause to where you think the video is frozen, but it's really him just like
he doesn't
lost
move.
in his
he
brain.
Doesn't move. He's like,
yeah.
And have you ever used spider tap while pitching?
I don't. I don't know. I don't know if.
That's legit 5 seconds.
Right.
I don't quite know how to answer that, to be honest.
And that was it. I don't know how to answer. Yes, you do. You can either tell the truth or you can lie. Those are your options whenever anybody asks you a question about anything.
And I'm no professional. Maybe I should be because how smart I am. Just say no. That's all you have to do.
That's anytime I'm in a tough situation, that's going to be my answer. I don't know how to answer that. What a moron. So, yeah, that is definitely dumbass of the day. Let's make it official right now and hit him with that.
Gerrit Cole of the Yankees.
Fish, turn it all the way up for this one.
Dumbass. You dumbass.
You dumbass. That's the dumbass of the day. Thank you guys for waking up with the Morning Woodward Show every morning right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Kory is off right now. He is doing an interview with Dan Campbell, so we'll have more of that to play back for you guys tomorrow. Plus, he's going to minicamp today, so we'll have more minicamp talk. And
no, it's OTAs.
No, it's minicamp. Don't throw me off like that. It's minicamp now because it's mandatory minicamp unless you're Aaron Rodgers. So, yeah, Kory will be back on tomorrow. We'll be talking Lions. Thank you guys for waking up with us. Baligian and Bell is up next, 11 to 1. And then, of course, The Hook is on from 3 to 5. Make sure you download that app today. Download it today. It's free, and it's available in the Apple or Google Play stores. Have a great, what is it, Thursday?
One more day till the weekend.
One more day, Fish. One more day, buddy. Have a great Thursday, everybody.